I think the thing that got me into movies was that growing up, I saw more movies and television than I read books, although I did read books as well. So it was the primary storytelling form that I was exposed to. So it was really just kind of an outgrowth of wanting to tell stories. I was a fiction writer first because I could afford to write fiction first. It doesn't really cost anything. And then I had acted and directed in theater. And our first movie basically came out of the producer of the theater company I was in saying, well, you've started to make money as a screenwriter and we know so many good actors, let's make a movie. And I just figured, why not? So our movies have often been called political, and I think what that means is that they're politically conscious as opposed to being politically unconscious. So as a screenwriter for Hollywood, very often my job is to actually take the real context out of a story because it's going to get in the way of the genre story. Whereas in my own movies, it's kind of like, well, you could drive all the way around the neighborhood or you could go right through it. If you go right through it, you're going to see what's going on there. And I prefer to just see the situation, the human situations that they are, and then see what really affects it. And the politics and the economics of where and when it's set always affect the people, and their stories. We made a movie in Florida where we got to live on the beach while we were making it, Sunshine State. And I think as far as the thing that people know of the most, it's probably we got to direct to make 3 rock videos for Bruce Springsteen when he was at his most famous. If it's possible to be any more famous than he was at that moment, I don't think it is possible. And they were good. We didn't have very high budgets, but it was more money than we'd ever had to make 3 minutes of film in our lives, or we'll ever have again. And some of the pressure was taken off because the stories were in Bruce Springsteen songs, and I didn't have to make them up. I think for younger filmmakers, I think there is no in to get anymore. There's no kind of there. There is a Hollywood industry, and I think if you're going to be in the Hollywood industry, you should probably go to the West Coast and try to get into it from there, or else do the other thing, which is somehow make a movie that's so incredible that they come looking for you. And a lot of people try that over the years. I think a great thing now is when I started, the equipment was relatively expensive, and sometimes they wouldn't even give it to you if you had the money because they didn't trust you not to break it. Now the equipment to make a movie is affordable. You can practice making movies at home. You can edit on your own computer. All that stuff is so much more democratic that the other bit of advice I would get is to make something, even if it's a scene from a movie you want to make, without the actors you eventually want to hire. And A, you get the practice, and B, you have something to show. I think my ideal job would be to be a baggage handler in the Honolulu airport. They have a lanai there, so you're not closed in, and then you're in Hawaii for the rest of the day.